Hey everybody, this is Dream, and I've gotten a request from quite a few people to make a video about making money and getting the players that you want in MLB The Show 21, so I figured I'd make this video. I'm not exactly certain how long it's going to be. I'm going to touch on several of the different ways that you can make money. Obviously, I made another video that's talking about how to utilize the Road to the Show game mode in order to boost up your program and your XP. Obviously, that does make you some money, and I think that's a pretty good way. But again, that also is kind of monotonous and can definitely be kind of boring and maybe even slow in some aspect when it comes to the money itself. But I will kind of give you some other tips that are going to help you maximize the money output. Alright, so the first thing we're going to look at are going to be your daily moments. These are definitely going to be something that's going to give you some money occasionally. So you see that like you get 1,000 and 2,500 stubs and 2,500 stubs every little bit. And then you also have a couple places where you're going to get a couple thousand here and there. You just want to do these every day. That's going to be a very important good thing because you're going to get a lot of good stuff by doing these. And when you do get packs, there's some really key information about packs that I'll talk to you about right now. And you're basically going to make certain that when you have packs, which I don't currently have any, but when you have packs, I'm going to show you exactly like how I open packs. So I don't typically buy packs, but I'm going to do it for the sake of this video. Alright, so when you get a pack from doing anything, then you're going to open it, and you're going to have several different things, you know, cards. So you'll see that I got this sponsorship card, and then I have a couple cards that I have duplicates of. Alright, a lot of people, they just click down here quickly to either quick sell or sell now. Just don't do that. Instead, mark down the cards like on a spreadsheet that you get that you have duplicates of. So for instance, I have this Jacob Webb card. I have 2 of them now. Or I have this sponsorship card, which I don't need. Okay, I'm not going to quick sell it. So I'm going to look up this Adidas sponsorship card in my collection, in my inventory here. So I go over to sponsorships, and we're going to scroll all the way down until we get to that sponsorship card that we just got, which is this Adidas one. And we're going to click here on the market, and we're just going to click this way. And then we're going to say sell, and we're going to create a sell order. Obviously, the lowest price you can put for these are 25, so we're just going to put it at 25. That's kind of a rare occurrence where that's going to be cheaper. Here, let's try this sponsorship card, actually. Okay, so look at this. I got this card in a pack, and it actually sells for 145, but if I had quick sold it, it would have sold for 50. So I'm actually going to put it at 144, which is the lowest price. Like, the next person that wants to buy it for the cheapest is going to be that price. And it'll sell probably pretty soon. I will kind of show you that I use the market quite a bit in this way. You look at my completed orders, I have 421 pages full of stuff, and you can see all these things I've been buying and selling over time. Like you'll see I sold these things that I unlocked, and that stuff. I've sold lots of packed things, lots of packs or cards that are players, and also just items from those packs. And you see that I bought a lot of cards too, but the good reason is because I can afford to, because I've been selling so many cards pretty much as I get packs. And just to note, before I get too deep in on this, I will show you how I maximize my ability to get packs here in just a little bit. But I just kind of want to show you how, like for players, so if we go to our inventory again, we can click my players, and you can actually you can see that it has plus ×2 above the player if you have duplicates. And so like if you have duplicates, let me find a good one here that'll be really useful. Okay, so look at DJ LeMayu. He's got a ×2, so I'm gonna look. Okay, so he sells for 1,190 now. I have one duplicate I can sell, so I'm gonna put that at 189. So this card before, it would quick sell for a lot less. And there's a lot of cards that kind of fall into that category. You'll see that like I have this Frazier card that's, you know, this card would sell for 25 points if I didn't sell it on the market for 195. You're gonna make a lot of money if you take the time to sell your cards individually, as opposed to just quick selling them for whatever the highest somebody's offering them in the marketplace. And you're seeing, like when I look at a lot of these, especially like these higher end cards, you can see that these you can also see here on the right. So you see this card, like this Luke Vogt, you know, nobody's even offering it to sell. But a lot of them, there's a pretty big difference in the prices. So, and even these cards at the bottom, like this guy, I don't even have him, but he buys, like if I did pull him, I would sell him because I can get 835, and I've already completed the Yankee set. So, let me go into the sets so you can see what those look like as well. These actually update, which is why some of the players that I have sets I have completed don't actually have 40 cards, because these change whenever they add new cards and take cards off of a team. So for instance, I can't even select this card to be put on the set because I already completed the set with the card that was there initially. But as you can see, this card even sells for 375 credits, and so I don't even need it, so technically I could sell it if I wanted to. So basically it's just maximizing the stuff. There's another card for the Phillies. Since I do have all these completed, you see that a lot in most of these teams. But another key is when you do complete these, you do get some stubs for completing them. And also you need to like kind of keep an eye on the prices for players based on their based on what like level they are. So for instance, don't go spending a crap load on diamond cards because they typically pay a lot, cost a lot. But see, like right now, you could buy Tyler Glasnow for 5,500. So you want to wait, especially if guys aren't playing particularly well in the majors, because you're probably going to get them cheaper if you just wait a little while, as opposed to buying them up front. And then occasionally you're going to pull some of these in packs. Like I pulled Ronald Acuna for the Braves in a pack, so I didn't actually have to pay the $276,000, but I did have to buy Trout. And so I kind of kept an eye on Trout, and I kind of figured out where his highs and lows are. And I actually paid a lot less than what his buy now is right now, because I waited for a downturn, which happens occasionally with lots of different things. So I keep a spreadsheet of a lot of this information so that I can maximize it. And I'll also say this, I really don't buy cards in order to resell them like on the market, because there is a 10% markup, 10% fee that you pay anytime you sell a card. So it's better to not really, there's not going to be too much where there's going to be more than that much of a difference to actually make money doing that. Obviously there are some instances, but they're pretty small instances. Like you're going to find a card like I don't know, something like this where it's like 220 to 450. Yeah, you're gonna make like 100 and something per time you do it, but it's gonna take you a while, and sometimes the market gets a little juiced when you try to do that with any individual cards. So maybe if you're buying a whole bunch of different cards, I actually did that a little bit with some of the silver cards because they have exchanges. And so like if you can find the silver cards that are cheap enough, you can exchange them for gold cards, because a gold card's minimum price is going to be 1,000 coins, and these are going to usually sell for under a couple hundred. And so it depends. You're just going to have to kind of play the market if you want to do that. But that takes a lot of time, and it's not all that useful, really. A lot of people say it's useful, but I've never found it to be that useful. But at any rate, to get back to the pack thing, just make sure that anytime you do get packs, you are selling the items individually as opposed to just quick selling them. It takes a little bit of time, but you're going to make a heck of a lot more money, and you'll see that I have a lot of cards for a lot of things, because I'm trying to get Mariano Rivera, and you're gonna see that I'm closing in. Like I have 32 of the 42 cards, and yeah, I've got all these completed as well. And a lot of that is simply because I've managed to build up the coins to make the money. And I'll add that I haven't bought any. I don't buy referral money in this game, so I've done this. Obviously, it takes time, but I've done this completely by just buying and selling cards. Buying and selling anything that you have duplicates of is really useful. Or sorry, selling anything you have duplicates of is really useful. And then also completing these throwback things, because a lot of these cards you actually get through affinity, and I'm gonna get into affinity here in a minute. But anything you can complete like this, where you're actually gonna make more money by just completing the things. You see that I've completed this one because all of these sell for like pennies, and then the bats I've completed, because a lot of them, as you can see, they say no sells because a lot of these you unlock and you can't sell them anyway. So you just lock them in and you get free coins on the right. And you'll see on a lot of these, I have 1 or 2 things that are kind of that way. So you see I have a couple here. I have 10 here. So these like silver cards, they're all super cheap, and so you're gonna make a lot more stubs off of putting them up for sale. I also bought these at minimum price. So if you look at the marketplace, like, oh, you could buy them at 47, but you should just buy it for 25 because somebody will sell it to you because they'll hit that quick sell when they get that card to save them time. And so you can get all these like silver cards and things for literally minimum price. I'll show you some more. So like these cards, you need 3 of these to get a couple hundred stubs. You can pay minimum price for all that stuff, and you will get you can get some decent amount of stubs just doing that alone, especially on some of these with bigger things. I also like the bat skins. Like I'm pretty close to, I just need 2 more bats to unlock, which I'll get eventually through Affinity as well, and to get 5,000 stubs. So like, yeah, just utilize all that kind of stuff. Anytime you get something that's unsellable, then use it for that. And also, I'll show you some other places that you can actually maximize this up as well. So like when you're in the program section, if you look at the 3rd inning program, you have collections that you can complete. So you can complete the All-Star Series, the monthly awards, the 3rd inning collection, and then these breakout cards. And you'll see here that they actually gave you stubs as well. You can't see the total there because I completed it, but it was, I think, 15,000. So you can do a lot of, you can get a lot of stubs by just completing these different collections that are available throughout the game. And obviously maximizing the players you get, you want to kind of characterize players, you know, for that. Cheap players that you can add in is definitely useful. I'll give you another example of that, as I do that here in the prospect cards, because these are pretty difficult cards to get. They're going to take you some time, a lot of games to play to get them, but a lot of them are really cheap. So you see this one's like 7,500 bucks or credits. So I could buy a lot of these for pretty low price, which I've done quite a few of these actually, as opposed to having to play another 100 games to get them. I think I bought these couple today actually, this guy and this guy, and they're cheap enough where it just makes sense because you're gonna get coins back, and you need to complete this in order to get the Mariano Rivera and also the Jackie Robinson. So and obviously you can utilize that to, you know, after you get Chipper Jones. Obviously the highlight here is to try to get Chipper. But one thing I would also recommend doing is for these like cheap, like bronze cards that are, and not even the below the bronze cards, like the 50 or 64s and belows, you can literally buy most of these cards for 5 coins. And so you just need to go through each team and go to the marketplace and click buy and click buy and click 5. Most of them aren't going to have anything available, and you're going to get a lot of these cards for minimum price because most people don't take the time to list them themselves. But then just be smart yourself, and when you get duplicates, you do exactly that. You just list them yourself. So, you know, like you say, you sell this card, you get a duplicate of him, and you get for 55 coins. You can buy another 10 cards that you can put onto your teams, you know, to get these teams complete with that. Let me get into the affinity stuff and kind of show you the best idea that I have when it comes to that stuff. So let's go to programs and then team affinity. Alright, so team affinities, you see I have most of these pretty far along and almost complete all the season 1 ones. So in season 1 affinities, you have to score 150 total points, and doing that, you have to get these missions done to get those points. And you're going to see that I actually didn't do many of these moments missions because they're not that necessary, but I did do the conquests, and the conquests are very useful because they do give you a lot of points, and so do these collections. And so you can really maximize. You also see I didn't really do these NL West exchanges. Those exchanges are worthless. They're not good when it comes to the value. The best bet are these missions, okay? So you can look here, and for these missions, like it says tally innings for online and offline, and then like getting specific hits with or different types, you know, whether it be 4 extra base hits or 6 hits or 2 home runs or 10 strikeouts or whatever. You want to really just prioritize using those players that you need like the very specific card that it says. So like the Diamondbacks veteran David Peralta get 4 extra base hits. You want to make a team, and I'll show you what I've done here. You want to make a team with all those cards that you've already unlocked. And so, like, I have a team that's my main squad, which is my B squad, but I have my XP squad, which are the squad that have the players I still am working on to get those XPs done. And this basically, I only have a few of them right now. So I have this Jay Buhner, I have Keto Martell, I have Alfonso Soriano, and or not Soriano, sorry. I have this dude right here, Justin Upton, and I have Charlie Blackman, and I have Larry Walker. And so you want to make a squad like this, and also with pitchers that you need strikeouts with. So I need strikeouts still with this Edward Cabrera card. And you just want to utilize those cards in your lineup in order to get those stats. And again, I keep a spreadsheet of that stuff, so I keep it up. I keep note of what I need with each of these cards. So when Justin Upton comes up to bat, I know that I need home runs with him. So I'm just gonna try to get home runs with them. And you're not gonna be real perfect at that. Like, it's hard to hit some home run. Like, I've only used them for 1 game so far, and I didn't actually get a home run with them. Same with Charlie Blackman. He needs, I forget what he needs, but at the moment. But regardless, you just have to like play these up and try to get as much of this as you can. This is the best way, I think, in order to maximize the to get these affinities done. And those affinities, you're gonna get a lot of good stuff when you as you complete them. So like just from the start here, you're gonna get packs, lots of stuff you can sell. Like you're gonna get these NOS packs. You're gonna get these. Now these jerseys are gonna help you complete those groups of jerseys in the collections that you can get a lot of money for completing. And then you're also gonna pull these packs. They're gonna give you these cards, and so you just want to add those to that list every time. And then open up these packs and sell whatever cards you get that are duplicates. Plus, you're going to get 5,000 stubs here and there. You're going to get the Baller the Habit packs. You're going to get the 42 cards, which you can do special challenges with. And that's all going to benefit you here to keep you moving through this and completing these and getting all the money that comes along with them. And basically, as you play games, like you'll play either 3-inning games in Conquest or play 9-inning games against the computer, you're going to get a lot of credits and stuff playing those things as well, just because of the stats that you do through the game. And I mean, obviously, the better you are at the game, the higher difficulty you can play on. But I usually play on either rookie or veteran, because that maximizes my ability to get lots of stuff, lots of hits and things. And same with Affinity 2. It's kind of the same setup. You're going to get lots of these Affinity packs, and you're going to get lots of jersey cards and players that you can unlock to benefit your team and to get these missions done. And on these, they have a little bit different things. They have plate appearances as opposed to innings played or whatever. But there's more online stuff too, so you definitely want to utilize this stuff. I don't recommend really using the lineup just for the players that you need for these missions online, but you could do that, but it would probably make it a little bit harder because you want to play online with players that are the best that you have, so or are most comfortable with rather. But again, here you have collections that are going to give you money and points for this. As you can see, they give you stubs here as well. So yeah, that's really the most important part about Affinity, is just trying to get through these as fast as possible. Because you're going to get money, and just for playing games in general, you're going to get money. You're going to get packs that you can sell, open and sell the duplicates of cards you don't have. And like I said, just work to pay the minimum for any card that you want on the marketplace. I'll kind of give you a quick rundown of that. The card prices that you have to pay for the different types of cards, I should say. So diamond cards, like the minimum price that they can sell for is 5,000, which you're not going to get a ton for that price, but there's some, like the newest diamonds, typically once they hit diamond, like from gold, you're usually going to be able to get those for 5k, or at least initially. And then like the gold cards, the minimum they can be is 1,000, and then the silvers are 100, and bronze are 25, and then the base cards are 5. And so you really want to maximize the cards that you buy by getting them at the cheapest price you can. Obviously there's exceptions, like Trout's never going to be 5k. You're going to have to pay up for him. Same with Acuna, and same with a lot of other cards. And then there's a few gold cards that are going to stay, you know, 3,000 to 4,000 as well. But, like, you can try to just hit those in packs, and if you don't, you'll build up enough money by selling your best cards at a higher price than what most people are paying for them. And then you're going to be saving a lot of money because you're going to buy a lot of the cards that you need at the minimum price. Obviously, there's a few that you're going to have to pay more for, but that's why you're building the money up, so that you can get those. Also, as far as the other collection stuff, any equipment that you don't need that is not making you, not really helping you with making money, you just want to sell at whatever price it sells for. And you'll see that a lot of these things, sometimes, like, that sells for $780 right now. Like, you can put it on there for $779 and get that in a few minutes. That seems kind of crazy to me, because, like, that, who cares about that, right? I mean, you'd think that, but that's it. And then you look at, like, these diamond shoes, right? You hit that, man, it's almost 10,000 coins. That's a lot of coins. You can buy a lot of cards with that, especially the cheaper ones. So, I mean, that's more. You could buy 2 diamond players for that to work on collections almost. So yeah, like, that's kind of why you want to sell anything. Like, I sell anything that's above gold automatically, and then if I already have the complete collection, like these 4 or 5 for this particular thing, then I'm not trying to get 10 because these gold cost too much to make it worth getting the 750 or 1500. But I got these first few because those were selling. Yeah, I bought these for minimum price, and then I sold. You know, I got, you know, a couple thousand for those. So that's pretty much what you want to do. You'll be shocked at, I think, these Oakleys. They usually, if you manage to hit these, I mean, that's 20,000. You can buy several good players with those. And then there's some others that are even more crazy than that. But that's pretty much what you want to do, is to sell anything you don't need and get as much money, you know, put them at the lowest price that they're selling for straight away, like I showed you. And then, you know, for instance, these, you know, these parks, I didn't buy these until after I was done with getting chipper, because I wanted them, but I didn't want to. I wanted to get chipper faster, so I just sold these anytime I got them. And, you know, they sold for a while. They were selling for more than 4,000. They were around 5,000. They've dropped down a little bit, and I actually bought all these today to complete this. Yeah, it didn't make me any money by buying them, but I wanted to complete that because of the goat thing. So you do want to kind of prioritize what thing you want the most. Like, I wanted chipper the most because obviously he's awesome. So you just kind of have to prioritize what you want to go for first and go get it. Like, that's kind of the way to go about it. But like I said, just sell everything that you don't need. I'll show you here in the uniforms real quick. Like, all these are completed. None of those I could sell when I got them because they were unlocked through Affinity. And so you might as well just lock them in and get the money that you get for them. I did that with these as well. And you see that there's some that aren't locked, or say no sell, that aren't completed because I completed this before I had them. So yeah, that's really the best way to maximize your effort and make money. I'm not sure, you know, obviously you can play these moments, like these normal moments, which are like monthly, where you can get different things. You could also do the player programs, which I've done a couple of these, but like, they don't pay that well. You know, you're gonna get 500 stubs here and there, but these pay less than just playing normal games typically. And sometimes they can be, you know, kind of difficult. Same with the monthly awards. I have done some of them. I don't prioritize this really, but again, you can do it because you're gonna get like these Tops Now cards, which you can really sell and get some good money for. So like, you can see that one's selling for 8,555 right now. So you can get some good money for these if you really want to go this route as well. And there's 2 nice big awards thing right here. You see I did this one first. Obviously, if you want to get Mariano Rivera, then you're going to need some of these Tops Now cards. But if you're just going for chipper right now, then you definitely want to sell these and get the money for them, because you can always buy them back later. And it's kind of the same as with the Affinity. You just want to, you know, any of the cards that you have, you want to get these things done, these missions done with them. in regular games. And so you're going to be hitting lots of different things all at the same time together. And then, of course, you're going to have more of these types of things. You see this one gives you 2,500. So if you do actually get 38 of these cards, then you can keep them and get that money. But early on, while you're trying to get chipper, you definitely want to sell those, because they're not really that useful otherwise. Let's see. I also don't really mess with Showdown too much. However, you can get some pretty good money in these if you are good enough to complete them. And you can get XP as well. But as far as XP goes, it's easier to play the other method that I've shown you in other videos. And also, like, obviously conquests are very useful because each of these games are 3 innings, and you get lots of packs and things. You get money for all these, and you get packs usually for completing them, and so they're definitely worth doing. I might do a video at some point showcasing how to do like a conquest efficiently. As you can see, I've done most of them. I've done this Nation of Baseball actually twice, so you'll see the goals are for they actually repeat when you complete these ones here. Repeatable, 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 repeatable. And you actually get prospect packs for completing those. But I got kind of... And you get a couple stubs here and there too. But this is a pretty long one. And so it does take a little bit of time because you have to play 30 games. So, but overall, it's definitely worth doing at least once, if not twice. And you can see that I've done all these other ones already. And this is a really good way, because all these, you're going to get money, and you're going to get cards and packs and stuff for playing these games. And all these games are 3-inning games, so you're definitely going to have... It's not going to take as much time as normally playing 9-inning games. Let me talk about the 9-inning games there real quick. If you have completed all that and you're still trying to build more money, which is what I'm currently doing, then I typically play is you get either play versus CPU or do extra innings where you can play against like random teams that people have created. Now, granted, these teams are going to be a lot harder than probably some of the teams that you can play that are in Major League Baseball. So I typically just play versus CPU, and it really doesn't matter what team you play. I usually just run it and let it pick something random, and then I'll click at home. And then one thing you can do is play at Ship It Stadium. This is a very short field, so it's a really easy to hit home runs at. Obviously, you could also play at Coors Park, which is going to have a lot of home run potential as well. But I found that I hit more home runs here at Chibet just because it's a short outfield wall. But you can do that, and you can play that on Rookie or Veteran or All-Star. And you're also going to get some random cards from playing this. And so you can usually get those and then sell them as well. I mean, basically the best way to make money in this game is just to unlock packs so that you can open them and sell the contents that you don't need. Online is also not a terrible way to play if you're good enough. Like I've been playing on the current division, trying to rank up to get these top cards here, because you can unlock freaking David Justice, who's a Brave that I really like. I'm a Braves fan, so big fan of this card coming, and look at those stats, man. They're freaking ridiculous. So I kind of want that card, and so that's what I'm kind of playing towards now. Obviously, it costs that crap load, 350,000 credits right now. So I could eventually get enough points, or I could just play this mode and get these. And even when you play online, you get credits for playing games. You usually get quite a bit too, usually 2,000 or 3,000 for a game. And then obviously there's bonuses for when you reach certain milestones as well, and you get packs and things for winning a certain amount of games here as well. So all that can be used. Obviously, I think the best way is to play the conquests first, then work on the affinity stuff, or actually work on the affinity stuff while you're doing conquests. And then once you've done that, then start playing against the CPU and getting those affinities done, worked through, and maximizing that. I don't recommend buying packs directly, because typically you're not going to hit anything worth enough compared to what you're going to pay. I don't buy the kitchen sink packs or the headliners packs, because you're never going to make back the money that you paid for them. I mean, there are definitely possibilities that you could, but it's pretty rare. And maybe you buy, I mean, I bought several of these big boxes of 75,000, but only one time out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 50 packs that I bought did I actually hit a card that was worth more than what I paid for the thing. But most of the time, I pretty much came within 20,000 of getting my money back, and a few times I did actually get more back, even though I didn't get one particular card that was worth a ton. So it's just kind of hit and miss with those. So I don't really recommend that, and just open all the packs that you get when you get them and sell whatever content you get that you don't need, and then buy the cards that you need for the cheapest price possible, at least with the exception of the like star cards that you do need. I also point out that when you do complete these, you also get coins. You know, you get coins for very much anything you do in this, so just maximize that. Keep track of the market on some of the best cards. Like, I'd write down all the diamond cards and kind of track where they're in the market, and when you see them go down a bunch, then that's the time where you want to spend your money for those, at least for the ones you don't hit in packs. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I have for this. This is pretty long probably at this point, so but overall I just kind of wanted to give you an idea of some of the things that I do in order to maximize this out. And if you do have any questions or comments, feel free to leave it in the description. I do apologize for the video so long, but I just kind of wanted to run through the best ways that I found to make money quickly and what I've been doing. You know, obviously if you hit something like one of these cards, I hit Dennis Eckersley, I sold him and made a bunch of money. I also hit Carlos Santana and sold him and made some money. But you know, anything you get that you don't need directly for you know, depending on what cards you're going for, just sell them even if they're selling for a lot, because you can turn them into other players that you want. So that's pretty much all I have for this. As you can see, I got a lot of cards here, and I'm trying to get Mariano Rivera. So you know, when you look at these, one thing I should say is you can click on them. Let's look at these future stars. You can click on these cards and you can see where they are available. Oops, wrong button. So this says NL East Team Affinity. So I will unlock this eventually by just maxing out affinities. So you don't want to you don't want to really buy these cards for this particular set if you don't need to. And I have enough of these affinity cards that I still need unlocked that I'm going to complete this by that. So I'm not even looking to buy these. Like, I could buy Austin Riley or something, but there's no need. If I hit Austin Riley in a pack, I would just sell it, because I don't need it for that set, and I don't really need them for playing the game itself. So, yep, that's pretty much all there is. Sorry it went along, like I said, and if you do have any questions, hit me up in the comments, or hit me up on the Xbox Live at DreamWeaver1984. Hope this video helps some of you who've been asking, and if not, you can let me know too. I'm not sure what else I can really tell you though, because I think these are the best methods in order to make money in this game. So, also make sure to check out the video about making XP quickly. You're also going to make some money by doing that, but again, that is typically pretty boring because it doesn't take any real effort. So, that's pretty much all I got. Have a nice day, guys.